El Clasico is finally here, and that's right, guys. Let me tell you why it couldn't come at a better time for Real Madrid. What's up, guys? Welcome back to El Merengue Cule. After 4 months of starting up this account, El Merengue Cule is finally gonna witness their first ever El Clasico, guys. And you guys are in for some history here at the channel. So, guys, to prepare for this pre-game analysis video, right, I was getting myself warmed up, listening to some people around YouTube, some commentarists, analysts, on what they had to say about Real Madrid. And guys, I was completely shocked at what almost everyone had to say. Basically, everyone is just writing Real Madrid out. They're saying Real Madrid stands no chance in this Clasico, that it is all for Barcelona. And, at first, it pissed me off. And, I think this falls perfectly for Real Madrid. For to have all the commenters out there saying that Barcelona's gonna win takes the pressure off from Real Madrid that much more. And yes, I'm not gonna deny that Real Madrid is not coming at the best of times in terms of their playing style, the results, the overall sensations. I'm not gonna go out here and lie to you guys that Real Madrid is suddenly playing well and they're suddenly gonna play well. However, I do want to make a key difference: the meaning of El Clasico. I think when El Clasico comes, it doesn't matter how good, how bad a team is playing, either Barcelona or Real Madrid. We have seen numerous times where the team that seems to be playing the best arrives at El Clasico and they lose it, and they play horrible. So I think all the statistics, all the previous games, out the window. If it was any other game, maybe not. But I think people are easily falling at just looking at the past games and thinking that's the biggest indicatory as to how this game is going to go. And I think they forget the passion and the emotion that this game brings to the world. The world stops for a whole 90 minutes to watch Real Madrid and Barcelona play. I'm seeing criticism to Zidane left and right. Oh, what is he doing with his lineups? Oh, his rotations, his style of play. Guys, people are so easy to forget what Zidane has already done at Real Madrid. Just at the end of last season, everyone praising Real Madrid and praising Zinedine Zidane for how he had brought this team back alive after Solari, after Lopetegui. Like I said, guys, I think all of these critics that are coming to Real Madrid are actually ideal for them. Why? It's lifting off the pressure from them, and it's giving them a reason to prove them wrong. And you guys know Real Madrid, the best team in the world, and what better than a scenario in which they can prove the world wrong. Guys, these players are made for these games. They have all the experience they need for a game like this. And I think people are also quick to forget that Barcelona has the problems of their own. So now let's go ahead and break down what those weaknesses in Barcelona are and the keys for Real Madrid to win this game. So starting off with Barcelona, every time I watch them play this season, I can't help but notice their attack, right? Yes, while they are having an Ansu Fati that is growing and emerging, like he looks like he could be a potential beast for the next couple of years, I can't help but notice the lack of a number 9. They keep putting Messi up at striker, and guys, Messi has only scored 1-2 goals this season. He looks pretty lost out there, if you ask me, because he doesn't receive the ball. He's still not getting the ball enough, just like previous years. Ansu Fati is, just like I said, the one masking most of the problems. But if Real Madrid is able to neutralize Ansu Fati well, Barca will not have that striker presence up there. They will not have that number 9, that Luis Suarez that they need. Anyone up there. I think that was the biggest mistake from Barcelona this transfer window, which was not able to buy a number 9. However, like I said, I often see Messi pretty lost, still wandering around, dropping really deep to try to receive that ball. So yes, I think by neutralizing Ansu Fati, Real Madrid basically has half of the job already done, as I really don't think that this Messi that's declining and that is getting lost because he doesn't have a striker to help him pin the center backs and do give and goes with him. Guys, Messi just continues to look alone in those games. However, here comes the problem for Real Madrid, the right back issue, right? We don't have a current right back, and Ansu Fati can really exploit that. However, I think the best solution that I really hope Zidane implements is to start Militao at the right-hand side. Why? Militao is actually fast. Unlike Nacho, unlike Lucas Vázquez. Well, Lucas Vázquez is fast, but he's not good enough to defend. Militao can actually do a good job on the right back spot, and he's actually shown us by playing there in his previous teams back in Brazil and in Europe, that he can actually play at right back. So I think that will be key for Real Madrid to do and implement. Additionally, what is another key for Real Madrid to beat this Barcelona? And that is to elevate the intensity. Barcelona's team is aging. Guys, in the middle, they have players that cannot run box to box. Sergio Busquets, Pjanic, even De Jong. While De Jong is a young player, he doesn't have the legs to be running box to box. All of these players are very good with the ball at their feet. And so if Real Madrid lines up players that can bring up the intensity, that have the physicality, that have the stamina to, just like I said, elevate that intensity, Barcelona will not be able to keep up. They have already shown this many times in the past, where a team is able to bring pressure to them, that actually pressures them high up, and Barcelona seems to be crumbling under that pressure. However, Real Madrid not only has the quality in players, but they also have the stamina in players that can do that. So they will be able to keep and maintain this pressure for a much longer time, which will bring a lot of success to the team. Now, who are these players that can do this? In the middle, I will be lining up Casemiro as a center defensive mid with Fede Valverde and Toni Kroos to bring a little bit more balance. Fede Valverde being that horse that can just do box to box. Casemiro brings the physicality, and Kroos brings that pass, that distribution of the ball. And then later on in the game, we can bring in Luka Modric for an extra added breath. Who, like I've said many times before, he's not the guy that can bring you that intensity that I necessarily want. But as a super sub with fresh legs, he could do a lot of damage with his quality. The second biggest key for Real Madrid this game is the defense. While I know, and I have said it before, that Real Madrid's defense has not been looking quite as sharp, I believe that with Sergio Ramos, who is once again called up to the game, will be a huge determining factor, because we have seen the difference in the Real Madrid's defense with and without Sergio Ramos. I think we can all agree that without Sergio Ramos, that defense seems to fall apart, that Varane probably lacks that leadership skill to really keep the defense together. But with Ramos in the lineup and the game at stake, I do believe that every single player in that back line is going to rise up to the challenge. We have, once again, a left back in Mendy that brings the physicality, the aggression that we need to lock down, whether it's Griezmann, Trincao, Dembele, anyone you put up to Mendy will match that intensity and outwork you for it. So I am not really worried on the left-hand spot. Since I already mentioned what my ideal midfield would be, I'm going to go straight up to the offense, in which we will be seeing Karim Benzema and Vinicius Jr. of course. Guys, we saw how much of an impact they had onto the team whenever they were brought in against Shakhtar midweek in the Champions League. So I think that is for sure two that are guaranteed to start this game. Vinicius Jr. can take advantage of, once again, a slow Barca defense. Sergio Roberto on the right back spot is not the fastest of right backs, and I have no doubt in my mind that Vinicius Jr. with space, because Barca will give us space. They will not be the team that Real Madrid has been encountering the previous games that like to sit back and defend in a tight block. Barca will go for the game, and that is the beauty of it, because that will allow Real Madrid to have a lot more space. So Vinicius Jr. will be able to take advantage of all that space given, and he can outpace Sergio Roberto, he can outpace Piqué. Meanwhile, on the right wing spot, I think the job will fall for Marco Asensio, who has been a little bit inconsistent. We're still looking for that Marco Asensio that we had a couple of years ago. But I think, once again, given the stakes of the game, all the players elevate their performances, and for all the Madridistas out there, you should be excited. Let's not forget what this team has already accomplished. Let's not forget who we are. Real Madrid. And with that being said, I do expect a narrow Real Madrid victory, beating Barcelona 1-0, where I think the key will be how good we can defend. I don't see either team conceding a goal and being able to come back from it. So as long as Real Madrid goes out there focused, ready to play with the right level of intensity, we should have no problem taking down this Barcelona side. Guys, as always, if you're watching this video, make sure you let me know down below in the comments what your score prediction for this game is for a potential shout out in that post-game analysis video. Guys, we're going to be doing a live reaction to El Clasico, so we hope to see you there tomorrow. As always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button down below. I cannot wait. I am super excited for this game, the first ever El Clasico at El Merengue Cule. You guys are witnessing history for this channel, and you should be excited too. I will see you guys tomorrow, and as always, ¡A la Madrid!